Dude, it is actually cold in Los Angeles today. Yeah, I'm not complaining. This is great, but I'm like gonna double hoodie it up here. Whew. It's brisk. Today, we're talking about toning. Ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Good morning. So we're back to talk today about toning. When I talk about toning, I'm talking about trimming my body and my muscles to be the shape and the sculpt that I'm looking for. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not really looking to put on muscle mass at this particular point in my life. Here in my 40s, I just want to be fit and trim and toned. So one of the things I do pretty much every morning, but sometimes several times a day, is called the standing series. The standing series is a ballet practice that I learned in college, and I really let go from my life for just too many years. It's simple, it's easy to do, anyone can do it pretty much anywhere. I do it here in my shop, but in fact I stand up from my desk a couple of times a day when I'm not already standing and working at my standing desk, and I do the standing series. So let's do it together this morning so that you, if you don't know ballet, can see how it's done. Essentially you stand in the second position, just kind of with your feet a shoulder width apart and a little bit pointed out. If you can do that, you're doing it right. And then you bring your arms up. And then out. And about halfway down, put the palms towards the ground. Once you get to the bottom here, you're going to reverse it and bring it up. And down the front. While you're doing this, you want to make sure your posture is right. You want to feel like you've got a string running all the way through your body, and you're pulling it up at the top of your head, and you're kind of hanging from that string a little bit. So all of your weight is up on the balls of your feet, and your arms are sort of in control of your posture, if that makes sense. It helps to connect your breath to the movements, so you can go breathe in while you're going up, breathe out while you're going down, or vice versa, whatever you like. And do this a lot. I usually do a rotation of about 20 of those. While you're doing the arm motions, you want to maintain that tension in your arms, and you'll feel it all through your tricep, all along the back of each arm, and it's just really good for toning, for gradual, progressive toning of your arms. It's good for your upper body, it's good for your posture, it's a good way to kind of balance and begin your day. Or if you've been sitting at your desk for too long and you kind of got that slumped shoulder posture going on and you're just feeling, like your body isn't in line, stand up, take a breath, realign your body, and do a little bit of the standing series. I know it sounds simple, I know it doesn't sound like it does much, but really, this is my number one toning exercise that I do every single day. So no toning regime would be complete without some light lifting. Again, I'm not trying to build muscle mass, I'm just trying to sculpt and tone. So what I recommend here is kind of the same thing with the bike riding in the mornings. What you want to do is find something that fits your daily routine, something that you're going to be doing in your day anyway, and turn it into an exercise practice. For me, that requires taking care of my extensive garden and watering all of my plants. We've got a lot of water that needs to be moved around, and I've got some big watering cans that when they're heavy, are essentially weights. So I've turned this into a practice, and I am mindful as I go about doing it, so that what I'm doing when I'm carrying the water, I'm keeping my body in the right posture. I'm using exercise type movements to lift and to pour, and you kind of make it fun. Make what you're doing anyway during your day help you sculpt and tone and be enjoyable. So it all starts here at the sink. When I am doing dishes or washing my hands, I do it over one of our little makeshift cisterns here. And as you can see, we have several of these assembled, and so I pick these up. This is the first makeshift weight that I carry during the day, and carry it outside, and you'll see where it goes next. Alright, so because it is a drought here in Southern California and we do not waste a drop of water, I also reclaim shower water in a bucket as I'm showering, so this goes outside next. Okay, once I've exhausted my supply of reclaimed water from the inside of the house, I moved to the water barrels on the outside of the house. And we did have some rain last week. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I've got a bit of water left in my rain barrel here. And on previous videos, you probably saw when I was reclaiming the spa water, for example, that this bucket is wide enough to dip my, my watering cans directly into and fill up, which is really nice. But I am actually to the point where I am now literally scraping the bottom of the barrel to get the last of the water out. And this barrel's pretty huge and my cans are pretty small, so they present an awkward target to lift that barrel up and dump it directly into my watering cans. So what I do is I use this old paint bucket as a step down method, and I go from there to there, and from the paint bucket to my pouring bucket, and from my pouring bucket to my cans. So quite a workout just getting these last bits of water. Don't you love it when you're shooting like minutes and minutes and minutes of watering plants and you think that you're capturing it on camera and you come back to find out that your iPhone storage was full? Ha! Fun times. Alright, so let's recap a little bit about what we just did. It may not have seemed like a big toning workout watching me lift water barrels up or water cans up and water my plants, but it takes me on average about, about an hour really to do all of those parkway plants, our trees, our vine, all of the things that need to be watered. It takes about an hour, sometimes even a little longer. And each one of those watering cans that I was using is 2 gallons, and I fill them to maximum capacity each time so that I can, minimize the amount of trips I need to make going back and forth in order to get that water to the plants that need it. So if you're looking at the weight of about 2 gallons of water, it's roughly 16 pounds. So that's about 32 pounds that you're carrying at any given time when those watering cans are full. And they're only full about 3/4 of the time, so that's fair. But even still, over time, that's a pretty good workout. It's a good workout for your triceps, for your lats, for your delts, and it's a good opportunity to keep your core engaged while you're doing an activity. So that is one of the toning things I do pretty much on a daily basis here to sculpt the old bod. Okay, so beyond the Miyagi-Do style incorporate workout into your life routine, I do some actual exercises, I guess, formal exercises, not on an entirely regimented schedule, but I do from time to time when I can recall to do them. When my alarm goes off and I'm not doing a million other things, I definitely do these few exercises. Just like I don't run because my knees are not the greatest in the world, I prefer to ride my bike for that particular cardio burn exercise. The same can be said with sit-ups. When I do sit-ups, I have a tendency to tweak my back. It's just me. It's just I'm bad at doing sit-ups, I guess. Or there's something about the build of my spine that is not conducive to the activity. But that doesn't mean that it isn't important to strengthen your core muscles. So instead of doing sit-ups, I actually use my pull-up bar here. And what I will do is hang from the bar and lift my legs up in order to engage those core abdominal muscles, much like a gymnast would on a set of rings. I like this pull-up bar quite a bit. Mine was free, but you can find them cheap. I mean, Craigslist is a thing. Also, they have them at like Ross or sporting goods stores. I think Big 5 is probably in your area, and you can find one of these for a pretty good price. You don't need to spend a lot of money to get a key piece of equipment like this that you can use daily in and out for your needs. In addition to doing that core exercise, lifting my legs, I also obviously do pull-ups. I do both kinds with my hands forward and then my hands backwards because it strengthens different muscles. You do you. If you can only do like half of one or one to start, if you start that routine, that schedule, and just every other day try to get up on that bar and do a little more, you will grow stronger, and you will grow stronger quickly. You'll be surprised at how quickly you're able to do 1 and then 3 and then 5 and then 10, and sooner than later you're going to have nice toned arms, and you're going to be, pleased with your ability to, pull yourself up off of a cliff if you're falling. Seriously though, this is a great exercise. I really like it. I like the fact that you're not bound to expensive weight sets or going to a gym, and that you can do it in your own time in the freedom of your home, and all you really need is this inexpensive bar and a doorway to prop it into. So aside from using my pull-up bar, I do push-ups, but I don't do them every day. I just do regular flat-backed push-ups. I actually like to do it on one foot with my other leg crossed behind so that I've got like a tripod sort of setup when I do my push-ups. And I probably do them once a week. I'd like to do them twice a week, and I'd like to tell you that I do them twice a week, but it's not been the case over the last several months. It's usually weekly, and it's usually Fridays when I'm like, yeah, I'm awake and I'm doing my exercises and I've got that extra energy to do things that are above and beyond my normal burn routine that you saw in part 1 of this series. So I do some push-ups. I also do the jumping of rope that you saw there in part 1. But beyond that, I'm not doing a lot to tone that you haven't seen in this video today. My strategy has been to just incorporate my daily routine, my daily life, the places where I'm already lifting light weights and moving them around, and being mindful of my body and my practice, and seeing how that works out. So far it's been okay, but as I said before, I'm going to check in on my progress about midway through November, and we'll talk about it then, and then I'll probably do the same again at the end of 2021, so you can see how this is working for me, and you know, if it's working for you, great. If not, we'll work together, find what's right. Let me know in the comments below if any of these things are like totally crazy to you, or if you have something that you find that works that I haven't mentioned here, and the conversation will continue. I'll see you in the next one.